the little owl as it prepares to enjoy what it has captured. Its neighbours are not a threat to it. It knows the real danger comes from the sky. It has the worrying silhouette of a black kite. This is primarily a scavenger, but it does not disdain small live prey if it comes within reach of its claws. The summer heat which plagues the inhabitants of the skies above us also affects our domestic animals. It is therefore time for the sheep shearing. Unlike their wild cousins, domestic sheep never lose their wool, so the shearing, as well as being a source of raw textile material, is a health measure to prevent parasites and diseases. After being released from their woolen covering, the giant flock set off in search of fresher destinations and pasturelands. It is almost never an easy migration, and some will not complete it, overcome by the heat, exhaustion, or disease. In nature, when one life ends, others find an opportunity to continue. Its exceptional flying skills and its keen eyesight usually allow the common raven to be the first guest at the carrion feast. But it must hurry to eat as much as it can, because its very presence is an unintentional signal to other diners which it will not be able to intimidate. From above, the griffon vultures have detected the black silhouette of the raven on the ground, indicating two things: there is food and no danger. The older adults are usually the first to descend swiftly to ensure that there really is no danger and to enjoy the best mouthfuls. Their presence also becomes a signal to the other vultures which are patrolling the skies, calling them down to the feast without delay. Within this seemingly chaotic uproar of all against all, fights to reach the corpse, there is a certain underlying order whereby the oldest ones eat first. When their appetite is sated, they give way to the younger ones. course, the latter will have to fight more and settle for the less nutritious pieces. But the rules of the griffon vultures do not apply to the powerful black vulture. The largest and heaviest bird in Europe seems to take pleasure in enforcing these qualities on its resigned cousins, in order to obtain a privileged seat at the banquet, although it does not actually need them. In addition to pointing out the prey, the griffon vulture's previous work of cutting it up into pieces is very useful for the black vulture, because it is a cyberit which prefers small and select pieces of the carrion. Other scavengers, such as this young Egyptian vulture, also invite themselves to the meal, although their smaller size relegates them to having to settle for the leftovers. All these scavengers perform effective sanitary work, which also benefits the farmers, as they remove the corpses from the field, the source of diseases to wild and domestic animals.